What's up guys, Auto Scotty here, and we're about to embark on another Motorhome Mechanics Marathon. What we need to do is get this thing road ready. Now it is plated and on the road. I did a bunch of work to it last summer, but it is not. I am not fully confident in taking this thing on extended road trips yet. There are many aspects of this that need a lot of attention. So one of the things right now is I need to, if you look down here, you can see I've got some, just putty on this little tube here, which is actually part of the Smog pump, and I just put that putty on there because it was leaking. I wanted to pass the safety, so that served its purpose, but all of this stuff here is really in my way. All this emissions smog pump thing, which is also called a Thermactor. This engine in its current state is really just impossible to get at. And in order to replace that exhaust manifold gasket, I really can't get at it right now. It's just all these tubes and valves, and of course I've got a power steering, air conditioning here with no belt on it. So that's not working, and I can't even put a belt on it if I wanted to because it's just impossible to get down there. So I would really like to simplify this engine bay and make everything a lot more user serviceable, and I'm going to keep it all just in case I need to put it back on. Yeah, stick around, get right to it here. Okay, got this housing off. This very complex part here. Let's take this outside. This valve here, which is obviously vacuum actuated, and it I believe this would be what they would call the heat riser. I highly doubt that works anymore. So I've done my fair share of work on engines, but feel a little in over my head right now. Just going to push onwards. I am actually just going to take a moment here, and I'm going to do some vacuuming. I'm going to vacuum up all this mouse droppings, and just so I don't get anything into the carburetor. We'll put a bag over that too. Okay, I just gave it a quick vacuum. Still not sure how I feel about this. I'm still trying to figure out a plan of attack. What I've decided is to clean up a lot of these tubes. I'm going to take some tape, I'm going to take a Sharpie, and label every single tube. If I do have to put this back together, God forbid, I'll have some kind of a fighting chance of getting it back together, because otherwise I think I'm a little worried at this point, because I don't really know what half this stuff is, or what I'm looking at, or what. So yeah, so I'll get some cleaner. I'll just clean it up, and we'll start labeling stuff. Okay, here's the first thing I'll clean up and label here. It's part of the Smog pump. One here, number one here. I think that's going to be my strategy here. So if I do need to put this all back together, I'll know exactly where everything goes. It's the best I can think of what to do at this point. Okay, see the method to my madness here. Everything's being labeled, where all the tubes are coming off. Next thing I'm going to take off is this valve here. Looks like probably two 10mm bolts. Label that too.
Courthouse, so you get arrested. Kindly press 1 and speak to an officer now. I repeat, press 1 to speak to an officer right now to avoid further.
What should I say here, guys? What should we do? Oh.
The line has been connected to the investigation department.
I'm sorry? I'm sorry?
This is Officer Jason and I'm calling you.
Okay, okay.
Officer Jason and I'm calling you.
Okay, hi, Jason. Oh, he hung up. I guess he doesn't want to take me to jail. I could take this off, but the hose is kind of old and cracked, and I don't want to break it. Because who knows? Might have to put this back on. Less and less stressed as I take more and more of this stuff off. It's just looking a lot more simpler. There we go. Thread locker again. Will this come off now? Oh, there we go. Aha. First part of this awful smog pump system has come off. So let's keep going. The more I get this apart, the more it's starting to make sense here. I can kind of make sense of where some of these tubes are going. This here is obviously the vacuum line for some kind of a diaphragm in here, which gives a signal going somewhere. But this being hooked to the air pump like this, there is, as you can see, a valve in there. It's hard to see, but you can see it from this side a little more clearly. But there's a valve in there. It goes back and forth and opens and closes these two. It's run off. I traced this vacuum line all the way down to here, and this is a vacuum tap off the manifold here. So this, whatever valve, this is some kind of a diaphragm valve that is opening or closing and accepting air from the pump here and sending it different places as far as I can tell. And of course one of those places would be down to this, which looks like some kind of an accumulator. One good thing is that these connectors here are pretty easy to get off. Just really, at least they're not like, I actually really like that, as opposed to hose clamps that, rusty and pretty straightforward. And here's some kind of a valve. Another one of these vacuum valves. Well, actually, this one looks like it might be electronically actuated because I don't see any vacuum lines going. Ah, I see. It looks to me like there are two smog pumps. One that's here. Oh shit. Okay. And then another that's on the side, which explains why there's tubes going down to the side of the engine, and that must be the pump for this side of the engine. So unfortunately there are two of these damn things. Oh, okay. We'll keep going. Keep labeling stuff and onwards. It's raining a little bit here. It's kind of nice. I've got this kind of like in a garage, but this one don't like the rain too much. She's scared of thunder, so I'm gonna let her in. Wanna go inside, Zoe? Wanna go inside? Who's daddy's girl? Who's daddy's girl, huh? Okay, you're all wet. Go inside. Go see mommy. Go see mommy. She just wanted to come
You know
inside.
how to put me on that camera. Don't.
Jayla's working out.
Oh my gosh.
Mrs. Workout now.
Get out.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's keep going here. It's kind of cool. I guess that's one good thing about having the motor inside the vehicle. Okay, the first part of this is coming off. Just unplugged an electrical connector here that went in here. And here's the vacuum line coming out, and that was connected to this sort of T main vacuum off the intake. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I'll have to take a closer look at this later, see exactly how this works. Well, we'll figure it out. But anyways, that's the first part of this system out. Alright, so far there's only been really one tricky bolt to get to, which was underneath this valve here. I couldn't really get to it. Just taking it off the it's got this bracket that's mounted to the intake here. So okay, I just took off this ductwork for the heat riser. This is where things start getting tough. Somehow I have to get this whole piece off here with these tubes that go into the exhaust manifold.
Before the magistrate judge or exempt jury for a federal criminal offense. So before this matter goes to federal courthouse or you get arrested, kindly press 1 and speak to an officer now. I repeat, press 1 to speak to an officer right now to avoid.
Your call is very important to us. Please stay on the line. You'll be transferred to the next available agent.
I really don't want to go to jail here. It just hung up. How rude. So I don't think I'm going to even bother trying to get this off the proper way. Look, this thing isn't even connected anymore. It's all rotted right off. The exhaust is pretty much wide open. I think rather than trying to, fiddle with these bolts and stuff, I'm just going to take a hacksaw. I'm just going to cut that. I'm going to cut this, and then I'm just going to try and bend this thing out of the way and tear it off. Okay. Okay, just cut right through it. The only problem now is I can't get the blade back out, but I think I'm just gonna push this thing off, bend it off. I've just bent that back away from the engine, and just with a bit of a pry bar there. It's just being held on by these two. Good, yeah. There we go. I'll just have to push that out of the way. Jesus. There we go. I bet you I could just bend that off. Yeah. It's all rotten. All this stuff is, it's just, there we go. Smog pump. Getting a good look at this thing here. There it is. Here's another part of it right here. So yeah, I guess the whole idea, and oh, look who it is. Yeah. Yeah, this thing sucks. I'm really happy to get this off. But anyways, not really. I highly doubt any of this stuff works on any of the vehicles from the 80s or 90s. It's probably all rusted through, especially in Canada. Maybe down in the States where you guys don't have salt. But anyways, let's keep going. Hopefully we get the other side off. Okay, I can kind of see where I need to get at now. And I think I'm going to call it quits today. But that being said, finally can see where I need to get at now. And so finally see the exhaust manifold bolts. Which I think if I take this tire off, I'll be able to get at them with the impact wrench. But anyways, I think I'm going to make this into a series because I'm kind of getting to the end of my day here and starting to feel a little fatigued, and I don't like to work on this stuff when I'm getting tired. But so anyways, you could see though where this smog pump goes in. So I'm going to have to get some plumbing plugs to put in there or something. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do, but so I'm going to try and get the whole manifold off there, and we'll do that on another day. Thanks for tuning in to the channel. Really appreciate everybody's support, and hopefully we'll get these manifolds off, cleaned up, and put back on. And yeah, it's gonna be a big job, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. So stay tuned to the channel. Lots of motorhome repairs coming up.
Matter goes to federal court. How so? You get arrested. Kindly press 1 and speak to an officer now. I
Okay.
repeat, press 1 to speak to an officer right now to avoid
Third
further
time
action.
today.